Hey boo, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I am going to be trying the Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation by Fenty Beauty. This is what it looks like. I actually had to order this because right now in the local area, if you live in Birmingham, Alabama, or if you live in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, you cannot pick this up in stores. They have not received their shipment of it yet. So I have this in the color 385. When you open it, this is what it looks like. As you can see, I have not used it yet. And then this also flips up and there's another mirror right here, which I think is so cool. So yeah, y'all, if you're new here, my name is Karen Michelle. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, y'all, because I'm bringing y'all like, not the latest foundations, but I'm bringing y'all like great content. Also, if you're looking at my lash, y'all, like, ignore it. So I am new to getting individual lashes and I'm kind of thinking about letting it go. I'm unsure, but anyway, I've kind of realized that they fall off on my right eye rapidly, and on my left eye, like, nothing has fell out. So I don't know if I'm gonna keep it up. If you have any tips, if you get individual lashes and you have any tips for me how to make them last longer or anything like that, make sure to leave them in the comment box below because I kind of want to give up on it at the moment. But anyway, back to the foundation. This foundation, it actually says on the box, it's medium to full coverage for all, light as air, flawless filter effect. And then also, this powder delivers a non-cakey blurred finish with no flashback. The buildable light to full coverage formula loves to be layered without settling into fine lines or clogging the look of pores. It's always sweat, humidity, and crease resistant. Plus, it has a chic, portable compact. So I'm gonna try this out. Me personally, if you have dry skin, then you probably want to use something very moisturizing before you apply this foundation, such as some sorts of primer. So if you have seen my TJ Maxx makeup haul, I got this primer from there. If you have not seen this video, make sure you check it out. I will make sure to link that video in the description box below. Also, my favorite matte foundation right now is the NARS Soft Matte Foundation. If you have not seen my video of that, I'm gonna make sure I link that in the description box below as well. So make sure you check that out, sis. But right now, the first thing that I'm going to do is apply my primer. I really recommend this if you have extremely or dry skin in general. Just use this, especially with using a matte foundation. Matte is really going to seep into your skin. So yeah, this foundation is not supposed to clog your pores, but I will tell you, just based off of past situations when I've had very textured skin before I got my skin looking like this, I will say if you have very textured skin, a matte foundation may not be the route you want to go, because I feel like it's really going to seep into your skin and emphasize what you don't like. So that's just my personal opinion. Also, I did watch somebody's review on this foundation already, because I've never, y'all, the last time I used a powder foundation is like CoverGirl back in the day, in like middle school. So I have not used a powder foundation in years. But one thing I will say is that I watched somebody apply this foundation already. And she applied her concealer first, because she said if you're going to use a powder foundation, then it's just so very important that you use your liquid products first. So I am going to be using my concealer. The concealer I have is the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Warm Honey. Y'all, this concealer is very good and it's extremely affordable. So make sure you get this. Like, I think LA Girl Pro Concealer, you can pretty much get in a lot of places. So yeah, I think I got this from Ulta, but I know the beauty supply store sell it, CVS sells it. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply my concealer everywhere I would usually apply it. Okay, so one thing I do want to do is I do see that this foundation comes with a little sponge. So I want to try one side of my face with applying it with the sponge, and then another side of my face with applying it with a brush. The only thing is I feel like this side picks up a little bit more product. I feel like this side is just blending more where I'm using the brush. That's just, if you guys can tell, it might just be with the sponge that is just leaving a little bit more of a harsh line, because it's not really, I'm not really like blending it in. I'm just kind of pressing it onto my face. So that's the only thing that I see. I am gonna go ahead and apply this foundation on the rest of my face and kind of see what it does and if I like it. So just keep in mind with looking at my face, I'm still gonna go in and do the rest of my makeup. So I'm gonna, of course, put powder, my setting powder under here and stuff. So that might still be light, but right now I'm just showing you what it looks like with the foundation. I do feel like it's a little like dark for me, so I don't know if I would go a shade lighter. And the only reason I say it's a little dark for me, because if you look at the foundation and you look at my neck, sis, we are two different colors. But I was not able to match myself, being that the Sephora in my area actually does not have this foundation in stock at the moment. So I had to kind of look online and try to see what I guessed my color would be. Also, I do feel like, sis, I don't know. It sits like a matte foundation. I mean, it sits like a powder foundation for me. And the only reason I say that is because, I don't know. I'm gonna kind of see before I go ahead and say everything about it. I'm gonna put the rest of my makeup on to kind of see my first impression. Like I said, if you are gonna use a brush with it, just know that it's gonna come on like a powder, and meaning that because it is a powder, you are going to have makeup on you. So I know you guys cannot see, but on my robe, I have makeup kind of all on my robe, kind of like I would have if I applied setting powder to me. So yeah, it was kind of messy, the application. I really can't tell if I'm going to like this. Like I said, as of now, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my face, and then I'm gonna come back and kind of let you guys know how I feel about it after I have the rest of my face on, because I'm just like, I don't know, sis. So yeah, okay, y'all, this is what it's looking like after I applied everything. My first impressions of this foundation, to be honest, I feel like because it is a powder foundation, my other products did not just glide across it. So I feel like my bronzer was not really taken on top of it. Like, I don't know, my products just had a different feel because I was trying to apply it over a powder foundation. So also, my mom looked at it and she was just like, in person, it does not look extremely bad, but I feel like it definitely has given me a color. I also had a hard time trying to apply my bronzer in this area. So yeah, I even tried to, I don't know, I feel like the foundation is just showing very much on my forehead, and as far as in here, like, it does not want to show, and that's just my personal opinion. But my mom said the color is not completely off. Looking at it in person, you can kind of tell that it is giving me a slight color, but it's not too bad. Maybe I could probably go up a shade, but I do feel like this pretty much is acting as if a powder foundation like it is. So that's just my first impressions. I can definitely tell a difference when it's supposed to be matte. I don't know, I'm going to have to try that out. One thing that I love and I notice about matte makeup is it pretty much is set and it does not move. So even if you eat, drink, any of that, it doesn't go anywhere. So I am going to test this out for the next few hours. It is currently, girl, what the? It is currently 5:40 p.m. and I'm gonna try it out just to see for the next few hours how it does. But honestly, my first impression of it, of course, it doesn't look extremely bad, but overall it's all right. So I'm gonna come back in the next few hours and just kind of tell you guys how I honestly feel about it and my final review and everything. So it is several hours later. It is currently 9:52 and I couldn't do the wear test as long as I would want to because I currently have a headache and I'm just ready to wash my face and be done. But I will say overall, I looked first of all, I will say, I feel like the foundation is slightly too dark for me, but under my ring light and my purple backdrop, it looked extremely dark. Like it looked a hot mess and I don't know why. And if you do YouTube, you do know that sometimes under your lighting and in real life, things look two different ways. Also, different lighting and different background shows a different way for some reason. But the makeup is slightly too dark. It looks like I have a tan, but in person, it does not look too bad, like extremely bad. It just looks like I have a tan. Honestly, I have the Fenty Pro Matte Foundation in the liquid, and then today I tried the powder form of it. I will say one thing that I extremely dislike is that the liquid foundation and the powder foundation, the color scale is completely different. So what you wear in the liquid foundation, you will not wear in the powder foundation. I feel like the powder foundation is darker, but at the same time, I went lighter with the shade that I got and it was still too dark. So I feel like I should have went a few shades lighter possibly. I'm not really sure what color I would have needed. I do feel like the foundation did settle in. So initially when I first put it on my face, I will say one thing that I disliked is I felt like I had a powder foundation on. It felt very powdery to me and it didn't give off a matte, if that makes sense. And in the description, even though it's a powder, it's also a matte. So I was expecting a certain kind of finish. But I will say after it's sitting on my face for several hours, I do feel like it absorbed like a matte and I feel like it's not going anywhere. I just will say that I do feel like kind of the texture, if that makes sense, changed of it once it has sat on my face and had a chance to settle in. But I will say I'm not a huge fan of the foundation, to be honest. Like I said, it is slightly darker. So in the future, if I wanted to wear it, I most likely probably would have to get a lighter shade. And at this point, I'm uncertain of what color I would need because I went a shade up than I was in the liquid foundation and the coloring is still off. So overall, honestly, I love other products by Fenty Beauty. I have not been a fan of the foundations, and I will say I'm not extremely a fan of this foundation. If I had to rate this foundation on a scale of 1 to 10, I would probably give it a 7. It would not be my go-to. I feel like this foundation will probably be good for if you wear like a liquid foundation that's not a matte and you needed something to blot it with, like a pressing powder or something like that. But honestly, after watching the other reviews, I just expected it to be something different than what it was. And also I do feel like if you decide to go with this foundation, you're going to need other products that are very moisturizing. So I noticed other products would not take good on top of this, my bronzer, everything else. And I haven't wore a powder foundation in years, so I was unsure of what products would honestly take on top of this. So honestly, y'all, if I have to give my honest review, I'm not a fan of the powder foundation. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted to come back on camera and just tell y'all what the real is. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, y'all. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.